Hi, this is Charlie at My Messy Fingers. We're working on the second signature for page 1 of my Steampunk Spells album by Graphic 45. And this is going to be a flip up page. So on the front, I'm kind of giving it away a little bit. This is the paper I used, and I cut this image out, and then I'm going to line the center of it with some of the black beads, and then I'm toying around with putting some color on the front by adding this came off the sticker sheet. So then when you flip this up, the reverse side to that paper is this, so that's going to go on the outside of the bottom flap. And then I'm going to run some black gems across here as well as across the front. There's going to be a pocket on the top flap, and we're going to add a row of beads. And I'm going to add wool of bat so that there can be a tuck that will come in behind this. And then here on the bottom, it says Beetlejuice. I'm just going to glue these down. I'm not going to make them a tuck. But they're going to come here on the bottom of this flap. So Something Wicked this way comes, and then Beetlejuice. And then for the reverse side, I've elected this wild pattern. I love it. So that's going to be my top and my bottom paper that I'm going to be using. And in here, this will have a tuck. And it will be this card sitting right here. So you can come in from the side and tuck something in there, but you've also got a spot here for an image. So I am going to start with putting the flaps on. Oh, and I'm going to use this card. Instead of creating a side pocket or bottom pocket, I am going to create a tuck, but I'm going to line two of the edges with some of these black gems so that there's a little bit of a pop that takes place on that. So let's get to this. This is going to measure 9 1/4 inches in height, and it's going to measure 8 1/2 inches in width. And I'm going to do my best that this will be the standard measurement going through all the videos. So 9 1/4 by 8 1/2. This top flap measures in at 7 1/2 inches by the 8 1/2 that's going across. We have a 1/2 inch and a 5/8 of an inch score. So let's go ahead and put this together, okay? Oh, come on. And then I'm going to push back to reinforce that 5/8 score line. And then this bottom piece obviously is going to be the 8 1/2 going across, but it's going to come in at 5 3/8 with a 1/2 inch and a 5/8 of an inch score. All right? Wow, I got myself all turned around here by doing it this way. I should not have taken that tape off. Okay. Nope, it's time for a magnet. Now, if you have a different way you want to close these pages, by all means, you don't have to do magnets just because I do. I've seen where individuals are cutting little round circles and then securing them and then doing a tie where you can tie. I haven't quite mastered that. It's something I feel I need to practice at. We all have our weak points. All right. I'm going to place my first magnet on the lower page because this one up here is so much bigger. Where the magnet lands won't matter, but where it lands here does. Okay, now where's my little piece of paper that I took? Okay, there we go. Cut a little bit of tape off. I'm going to take that off. Now, once again, I want to make sure that my pages are lining up. Gussets are standing up. There we go. All right, I'm going to start with this inner pocket. Come in about 1/4 of an inch, up about 1/4 of an inch. So you've got some designer paper that's marking it. And then I do believe this was the piece that was going to go across the top, and then this was going to go down on the bottom, down the length. I just want to add a little bit of bling to this. Come right there at that. Oh. Stuff is sticky. And then line it down the edge. Give it a good push. All right, so now we have a nice little tuck. It's got a little bit of bling on it. I did take some Wing Castella to the butterfly or moth. I think it's a moth just because of its body and its antennae, but it is what it is. Okay, so let's start with this piece down here. Work on the inside. Oh, and I know what I did not do. This is just as plain as day. White edges drive me crazy. I just feel like they're unfinished. All right, let's glue this in. There's no magnets on this side. Now I'm going to open this back up because where I'm placing this tuck, this needs to be open. And I didn't pull the paper all the way across on this because I didn't want it that tight. I want you to be able to have some flexibility on this tuck. right, let's close this. And then we're going to play with the top part. Now I've got a magnet here, so I am going to tape it in. And I'm going to run a little bit of tape over this so that I don't have it sliding out of place, because there's not much tape holding that guy on there. All right. Now I've got a little bit of tape overhang, so I'm just going to use my finger, the edge of it, to roll it under and make it disappear. Now this is where I was going to put this pocket. So when you open this flap, the pocket is up here on the top. Right. Oh, wait a minute. My little bead of gem here. And then what I would do is only tape the bottom of this so that you not only have the pocket, but if you have a small item or a special item, you could just come in and tuck it right up behind there. So this is what we have so far for the inside. Now let's work on the outside. So this is the piece that I took and that I cut. And I'm not sure if that went this way or if it went this way. I wanted the wings on the top, so I cut accordingly. But I want to turn this piece over so again that there is some contrast to the front of this. And then I'm going to run a row of black beads across the bottom. And then, like I said earlier, this is going to come in right here. And then this is going to come here, and then I'm going to run a row of black beads down the center of that. So I'm going to do this first because it'll go on easier if I don't have it. I'm picking up dust particles and I don't quite know where they're coming from. Okay, I'm going to start, I think, right there. Perfect. Just adds a little pizzazz. Now I've already inked the inside of that, but I didn't ink the outside. Some of it I did, some of it I didn't do. Fair enough, it's done. Go around this with glue. And I'll come in on the bottom first because I know what I want to see width-wise. And okay, and then lay it down. And then, if you'll bear with me, I'm going to kind of just step out of camera while I peel these off and put them in my garbage, because if I don't, they seem to land all over the floor. Oops. Almost dropped it. All right, now just going to place this right back where I cut it out of. And again, it adds a little bit of depth to the front of this page. And then I'm going to open this. Not yet. I want to put my black gems across the bottom here. These are remnant pieces from earlier cuttings, so I am utilizing them by putting them across here. And then I'm going to figure out how much of this I need, just right to there. There we go. And then I'm going to have inked this, yep. I'm going to tape this. Make sure the wings are all going in the right direction. Tuck that tape overhang underneath there. Now, I do want to run a row of black beads. Oh, that's going to be perfect. Oh, that's so perfect. And then we're going to get, I think I'm going to center this one, and then I'll offset this one. Now I feel like I'm missing something. No? Oh, I know what it was. Where did she go? I had that round image I was going to put here. But for the life of me, I think she flew away. Let me make sure she's not on my floor. Well, if I find her, is this it? Ta-da! So adding a little spark of color, I thought I would put her right there. And I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay. I feel like I've got this upside down, but I don't. It's just the way the bat is. All right, so here we go. Let's go ahead and let's get some tape on the back so that we can get this mounted. My stickles are still drying from the previous page, so I won't be able to mount it in yet. All right, let's go ahead and put this one in. So this is going to be signature number 2 for page 1. So it will sit in here just like so. Now I'm going to turn this because it gives me a better angle. Whoops. I'm going to take the gusset and bring it right up to this edge. So this, well, it's not the gusset, but this edge of the signature, because my gussets are on the bottom. I'm going to bring it right up to the edge. And then I'm going to lay it down, making sure I'm even. And then let's get this burnished before I move it. We'll sneak in here. Take some tape off. And now what will be important, if this is your first video following me, when you go to take this tape off this bottom piece, you want to make sure that before you secure it down, make sure that your gusset is standing up, that it hasn't collapsed on you. Because there's nothing more infuriating than to look back later and find that your gusset is taking a different odd angle. I can only get away with this because that other signature's not in there. Normally I can't fold this back. Come on. Oh, I want to make sure my gusset hasn't. Oh, perfect. All right. I like this. Okay, I will see you on the next video. Bye for now.